Shalom, friends. Today, we are diving into a topic of great importance, repentance and atonement. Specifically, we will examine how modern Christianity has lost touch with these sacred concepts. While much emphasis is placed on grace and forgiveness through Rabbi Yeshua's sacrifice, the full depth of what repentance and atonement entail is sometimes overlooked. Through the lens of the two greatest commandments, to love God with all our heart, soul, and mind, and to love our neighbor as ourselves, this video will explore the critical need to restore the biblical and Jewish understanding of repentance. As Rabbi Yeshua himself taught, these commandments are the foundation of all the Torah and the prophets. Let's consider what it truly means to honor these teachings, focusing on the profound responsibility we have when we wrong others and how we must make amends. Repentance begins with hakarat hashavat, the acknowledgement of sin. In Judaism, this step requires us to take a hard, honest look at our actions. As it is written in the Torah, if anyone sins and commits a trespass against the Lord by lying to his neighbor in a matter of a deposit, or of a bargain, or of a robbery, or has oppressed his neighbor. Leviticus chapter 6, verse 2. The sinner must first recognize their wrongdoing. Modern Christianity often emphasizes internal reflection and prayer to seek forgiveness from God, which is essential. But this focus can sometimes overshadow the need to address the tangible harm caused to others. Rabbi Yeshua reinforced this when he taught, "If therefore you are offering your gift at the altar, and there remember that your brother has anything against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go your way. First, be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift." Matthew chapter 5, verses 23 through 24. Acknowledging sin against our neighbor is not simply a matter of conscience, it is an act of love for both God and our neighbor. Without acknowledgement, there can be no genuine repentance. The second step, teshuvah, goes beyond acknowledgement. It is the act of repentance and turning back to God. But this turning must include actions, not just words. Rabbi Yeshua highlighted the necessity of heartfelt repentance in his parable of the prodigal son, Luke chapter 15, verses 11 through 32. However, we must not forget the Jewish roots of this concept. The Talmud explains the importance of teshuvah with great clarity. Great is repentance, for it brings healing to the world. Talmud Yoma 86. Repentance is not just for personal spiritual benefit. It heals relationships and restores trust, fulfilling the commandment to love our neighbor as ourselves. While Rabbi Yeshua's atoning sacrifice cleanses us from sins against God, sins against others requires us to take direct action. Simply asking God for forgiveness is not enough when we have caused harm to our neighbor. In Jewish thought, hashavat aveidah, or restitution, is a fundamental part of repentance. It is not enough to apologize or feel remorse. We must repair the harm done. The Torah commands, "He shall restore it in full, and shall add a fifth part more to it." Leviticus chapter 6, verse 5. This goes beyond repayment. It requires additional effort to demonstrate sincerity. Rabbi Yeshua expanded this concept when he said, "If anyone compels you to go 1 mile, go with him 2." Matthew chapter 5, verse 41. By teaching his followers to go the extra mile, he called for a radical love that restores relationships and builds trust. To love our neighbor as ourselves, we must be willing to take responsibility for the harm we cause and make amends. This not only fulfills the second greatest commandment, but also honors the first, as our obedience to God is expressed through our love for His creation. Rabbi Yeshua's teachings on forgiveness and reconciliation emphasize going beyond mere restitution. After restoring what was taken or mending the harm caused, we are called to perform acts of kindness to rebuild trust and relationships. This principle is deeply rooted in Jewish thought. The Midrash teaches, "He who returns what he has stolen and performs acts of kindness shall find favor in the eyes of the Lord." Midrash Ve'ikar Rabbah, chapter 33, verse 3. This teaching reflects the idea that loving our neighbor involves proactive efforts to heal and to uplift. Rabbi Yeshua embodied this when he forgave those who crucified him, saying, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they are doing." Luke chapter 23, verse 34. His forgiveness was accompanied by the ultimate act of love, his sacrifice. In our own lives, we must emulate this example by seeking to rebuild relationships through love, kindness, and humility. Friends, repentance and atonement are not just personal spiritual exercises. They are relational acts of love. Rabbi Yeshua's death on the cross reconciled us to God, but our reconciliation with others is a responsibility we cannot neglect. The Jewish concepts of hakarat hashet, acknowledgement of sin, teshuvah, turning back to God, hashavat aveidah, restitution, and acts of kindness align perfectly with Rabbi Yeshua's teachings on love and forgiveness. Through these actions, we fulfill the two greatest commandments, to love God with all our heart, soul, and mind, and to love our neighbor as ourselves. As we reflect on this, let us strive to restore the depth and beauty of repentance in our lives. Only then can we truly walk in the footsteps of Rabbi Yeshua and shine as lights in this world. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more biblical insights. God bless.